Welcome back to English from A to Z, English in real life. You know, if you've ever felt that wave of frustration trying to nail the most common sound in American English, the schwa, then you are in exactly the right place. It's that tiny, kind of mysterious sound that pops up everywhere and nowhere all at once. But today, we are going to crack its code for good.
Okay, so let's just dive right into the heart of the mystery. It all starts with these two little symbols. You've probably seen both of them, and you've probably been told they're both the schwa. So what is the deal? Are they two totally separate sounds, or are they somehow the same thing? And maybe the biggest question of all, why is a sound that's supposed to be neutral and relaxed so incredibly hard to get right?
I am willing to bet you have heard this advice a million times. Oh, just relax your tongue. And if you're like most people, you've probably thought, okay, but why doesn't that actually work? The truth is, that advice isn't wrong, it's just incomplete. It's like someone handing you the key to a car but forgetting to tell you where the ignition is. It's missing the most important piece of the puzzle.
All right, so here's our first big revelation. Making the perfect schwa isn't really about making a sound at all. It's about creating the right environment in your mouth for the sound to happen all by itself. And that whole environment, it's what we call the American mouth posture.
Think about it like this. Your tongue has a default resting spot, right? A home base it always returns to. Well, that home base is in a different spot for every single language. And if you're trying to make American English sounds while your tongue's home base is still set for, say, Spanish or Japanese, you're basically fighting your own mouth every step of the way.
So what is this home base?
Well, here are the core settings. You need an open throat, a jaw that's just neutral, not tense, and a high, soft palate. But the absolute game changer, the one setting that will unlock the schwa for you is that very first one, the position of the tongue.
And I love this quote because it just perfectly captures the feeling. In American English, your tongue's center of gravity is low and back. It's not tense or pushed up against your teeth. Just imagine it's heavy, like it's sinking down into the floor of your mouth. When your tongue lives there, the schwa becomes the most natural, most effortless sound you can possibly make.
So, now that we've set the stage, right? We've got that foundational posture in place. We can finally pull back the curtain and reveal the real secret behind those two confusing schwa symbols.
Which of course brings us right back to our original question. Now that we understand this whole mouth posture thing, what's the verdict? Are we dealing with one sound here or two? And here it is, the big aha moment. It's one sound, but it's a sound that exists on a spectrum. It has a range. Those two different symbols, they don't represent two different sounds. They just represent two different points on that single sound spectrum. And this shows you exactly how that range works. All the way on one end, you've got the super reduced schwa, that fast, quiet sound in a word like about. In the middle, you have your neutral home base schwa, like in undo. Then, when that same sound gets stressed, it gets a little louder, a little longer, and becomes the stress schwa you hear in up. See? It's the same core sound, just with different levels of energy. This whole idea is called the range of quality. It's really just a fancy way of saying how clearly a sound is pronounced. Think about it. When we talk fast and naturally, we don't perfectly enunciate every single sound. Sounds get a little, well, lazy. They move along their range towards the most relaxed, neutral version possible. And for a lot of vowels, that most relaxed version is the schwa. Okay, so now for the payoff. Because once this idea of a range really clicks, one of the trickiest parts of fast American speech, all those crazy reductions, suddenly starts to make perfect sense. And the reason this is so huge is because the schwa is by far the #1 most common reduction in American English. Pretty much any vowel, if it's in an unstressed syllable, can and often will reduce down to this neutral sound.
Just look at this. When want to becomes wanna, that vowel sound in to isn't changing into some random new sound. Nope. It's just relaxing to the most neutral point possible, the schwa. Same thing with going to becoming gonna. This isn't sloppy speech, you guys. This is efficient speech. The mouth is just going back to its comfy, low, relaxed home base.
And you will hear this constantly with these small but super important little words. In a real conversation, we almost never say, I am going to the store. It sounds robotic. We say, I'm going to the store. The words to, and the almost always get squished down to that quick, unstressed schwa.
So really, this changes everything. It changes how you practice, but more importantly, it changes how you listen. This right here is your new mission. It's the biggest takeaway from our entire explainer today.
First things first, you have to stop listening for the perfect, crisp, dictionary pronunciation of every single vowel. It's just not how people talk in real life. And if you're trying to hear it, you're just setting yourself up for confusion when you listen to native speakers. Instead, I want you to start listening for the range. Listen for how sounds shift and change depending on how fast someone is talking or which words they're stressing. And when you hear a vowel that sounds kind of weak or unclear, don't get frustrated. Recognize it for what it is. It's a reduction down to the schwa, the natural, efficient result of a relaxed American mouth posture. And that kind of leaves us with one last question to chew on. Today, we've unlocked the secret range of the schwa. We've seen it's not just one static sound. But what if it's not the only one? What if some of those other English sounds you've been struggling with also have a secret range just waiting for you to discover it? Something to think about.